Hello, and welcome to Lou's Comic Round Table. I'm Lou Avent, your host. We got a great lineup for you today, so I'm just going to kick it off and get it started to my first guest on my left over here.
Hey, my name's Stuart, and that's it.
And I'm going to go to my co-host on the right here.
Hey, I'm Dennis Fogg. I'm a comedian from Portland, basically all around idiot type of guy, and other than that, just happy to be here.
Nice. And I'm going to kick it to the other special guest on the left of me. He's coming up slow. He's got the great shirt on. Let him introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Bret Groh. I'm a Portland comedian, and I'm also a jockey of discs at Cumulus Media. Thank you.
I know you feel Bret's energy. It is quite powerful.
Did I nail that?
Yeah, so you got it very, it was...
It matches perfect with the internet camera.
Yes,
That's
it
the
does.
energy you got to bring, man.
Yeah, it was like, what's that, internet chat roulette? That was kind of...
Yeah.
I think there's only one thing missing, and I think you know what that was. But
He had his clothes on.
Yeah, take that shirt off, Brett. Well, let's get down to it.
that was,
I have to.
That was the strange thing that was missing. His clothes on. Today on the Comic Round Table, we got first I just wanted to say thank you to Jimmy the Greeks for last Thursday night fundraiser for the SPC. It went amazing. It was a great night. Thank you, Joe Timmons, for having me on. It was a great show for a great cause. And I also wanted to kick it back to Ian Stuart, let you tell him a little bit about himself and why he got into comedy and what keeps him doing it, and let you know what he's doing and where he is next. Mr. Stuart.
Sure. I'm going to try and remember all those questions in succession, but I don't know if that's going to
I'll
happen.
ask. If you can go I'm going to go one at a time, interview style.
The first one was, how did I get into it, right?
How'd you get into
All
comedy?
right, so I've always been obsessed with comedy. I think I got my first comedy CD when I was like 12. I got Chris Rock, Born Suspect, and that's a good one. And just became obsessed with comedy when I was 18. I took a class on how to do comedy.
Oh, it does.
Started doing comedy between like 18 and 20. I was doing fairly well, got into college, got into partying more than comedy, got outside of partying like heavily, and started doing comedy again about 3 years ago. And yeah, so I've been doing it for off and on 10, but for real like 3.
You've been touring a lot lately too.
I've been touring a lot lately. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You know?
Yeah. It's a lot of
Based
fun.
based in Portland, Maine, but you also tour.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I just got back. The last tour I was on that was significant was Texas. I did Texas and New
Everything's
Mexico.
big in Texas.
Oh yeah, it was huge, ridiculous. We had to literally drove. I flew into Dallas, did a show in Dallas, did a show in Austin, went down to San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Houston, went up to Lubbock, Denton, and then we went over to New Mexico, Santa Fe.
Did you pick up any aliens or Mexicans along the way?
I almost got robbed in Santa Fe.
That's cool.
I almost got robbed, so that was, I guess, close enough to danger. You know, it was kind of like that Border Town show, right?
Yeah.
Someone's getting stabbed.
Yep.
So when you say almost got robbed, did they like come up to you, like pull a gun out and was like, oh, this isn't the guy I thought it was, and walk off? Like,
Well, what happened is I was at I
He's
played
poor.
this. Yeah.
they looked you up and down and were like, no,
Not
Yeah.
worth a bullet.
no money, no money in New Balance.
I think initially they were like easy target, but broke target. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I want to go to jail over this like flimsy long, tall drink of
They're
water.
like he has a rook tattoo on his forearm.
Yeah.
Not even the strongest piece in chest. No,
No.
not gonna rob him. No,
It's
not
the
gonna-
one that just goes forward
just
and
goes
dies
forward and
first.
back,
Yeah.
He's like a pawn with
Yeah, exactly.
on angel dust.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much my life though. So pawn on angel dust.
Yeah, that is. We're gonna go to our next guest. Actually, we didn't ask one question.
What shows you got coming up?
I've got a whole host of stuff all through, like my entire July is booked up right now. I'm trying to book up. I've got half August booked, but the biggest thing I've got going on is I'm doing the entire weekend of the Summer County Jam Festival, which is a medical marijuana party festival up at Harmony Hill, and I'll be doing jokes between bands all weekend long. So it'll be like dick jokes, Fish tribute band, drug jokes, reggae band, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, cool. If they need anybody to like be a rollie or something like that.
Well, it's this is the first time they've had comics up at this festival, and I think he's trying it out. So hopefully, I'm done booking, but I would like to at least start up another. Bring up a couple comics next time. You know.
Open the network.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Nothing wrong with that at all. And when did you say that was again?
That's June 12th through the 14th.
And where
I mean,
is it?
July 12th through the 14th.
And where is that?
Harmony Hill in Carson, Maine.
Harmony Hill, Carson, Maine. So if you're in the area in Carson,
Yeah.
definitely come and check them out.
Make sure if you see Ian, go up to him and tell him you saw him on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just look for the Rook tattoo. And
Can we get a shot of that Rick tattoo?
let's get a
Yeah,
shot of that
absolutely.
just to let
There
people.
we go.
If you don't understand what a Rook is, it is a pawn on angel dust.
Well, do you guys want the story about this? Because I've got multiple tattoos, but this one's probably the best story I've got.
Yes.
I don't know if we want the story because I like the Rook on angel dust. I really do. I just want to say you were smoking angel dust and you said
Put a rook.
Well,
no.
I was
no, go ahead.
drinking.
No, I'm just joking.
I was drinking with bikers, right? And
You know how many of my stories
I had at least two.
a captain of this very well-known.
Don't get
group.
yourself killed. Don't
yeah.
kill now.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
Basically, what happened is I gave the guy $25. He told me he could tattoo whatever I wanted on me for $25. But I asked him what he could draw the best because like I didn't really like we were both kind of drunk but I wasn't gonna turn down a $25 tattoo, especially from like a big dude like that. And I found out that he could draw lines, so I was like Rook. I don't know. It was a bad decision. I don't remember. I woke up. It was one of those like I woke up and I felt like Brittany Murphy in like a crappy like '90s movie. Just like, where did I get this?
I think that's gonna go down as one of your best decisions, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I mean, if I walked up to a 3-year-old and they were like, I can draw lines.
Do a smiley face.
Tattoo. What else? You know? And we're gonna go to our next guest. Thank you very much, Ian. We're gonna come back to you, obviously, but we're gonna let Mr. Bret Groh. What made you get into comedy?
Basically, I failed at everything else.
That
And,
is always
not
that is.
so
al-
sure I'm succeeding at the whole comedy thing, but it's fun at least.
That is. I've heard that a lot.
It's true.
I've
With a lot of comics.
Yes.
Comics.
So when did you start doing comedy?
Oh, geez. Probably when I was about 10, 11 years ago. I'm not sure, but I think Ian took the same class that I did, didn't you?
Yeah, with Tim down the connection.
Yeah, I took a class because for years, the only way you could get into the Comedy Connection is you enter the contest. Excuse me. And, you're just a contestant, and they say, all right, well, maybe we'll book you sometime if you do okay. And the first year or two, I didn't do that great because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And finally, they said, hey, we got a class coming up if you want to, polish your skills and throw down a few $100. I was like, all right, I got money to spend. Let's do it. So, and it actually, people badmouth it sometimes, but it actually ended up being a really good experience for me because it allowed me to figure out how to tell jokes, how to write them. And it's just a really good foundation. And I think Ian would agree that was a pretty good experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely. It gave me a good, foothold in comedy.
Yeah.
I was 18 years old when I went into that class and had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, I was 22, 23, I think. So I was like, I'm funny. But I had no idea how to structure, how to work a crowd, anything like that. So that's what that class taught. And then, most of the stuff you learn is out on the road when you go to, other shows and stuff.
I don't book you at too many bad shows. Come on.
Not too many. What was the other question? Was there another question?
No, I didn't ask you another question, but I'm gonna get into the second
okay.
one now. What do you love about it? Like 10 years later, you're still doing it. So what do you love about it? That makes you keep going.
It's just fun. It's fun when you succeed. It's terrible when you fail. Like pretty much with anything, but if you fail at certain other jobs, it's not as public. It's, you screw up somewhere, then not everybody knows about it. If you're up on stage and you screw up a joke, you step on your own punchline, something like that, then everybody in the crowd sees it. And the bigger the crowd, the worse it's going to be. So, but it's those high stakes that are kind of fun. I think we all kind of get off on that in a way.
Definitely.
Figuratively speaking.
Yeah, it's figured. Yeah, I mean, I think I've had some of my best nights is when things did not go according.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
Fun-wise.
Yeah, sometimes you got to improvise.
Most memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not the best nights, but the most memorable nights are definitely those nights where it's like,
That's where also when you learn the most too.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, Brett, I've never seen anybody get as many women as you do off.
Oh,
It's kind of
Brett.
weird because every time like you're single, you go back on the road, and next thing you know,
no,
you have
he's
a
got a
beautiful woman
girlfriend.
with you.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
That's
This
me.
is why I got into comedy. I saw Brett. I
Said if Brett can school,
Brett can
They're
school.
crazy for the Bretwurst.
I'm Wayne Gretzky.
I'm with you know what I mean. He was, and that is true though. That is true. Whenever I see Brett out and he's single,
It don't take long.
it don't take long. He's out there and he's out there telling jokes. and-
Boys, you're making me blush.
I'm so sorry. I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. He loves it. He loves it. And you actually, why don't you tell him a little bit about the things you got going on? Because you're a disc jockey. You're
Yeah,
radio
I'm a disc
personality.
jockey for WBLM, WCYY in Portland, Maine. And that's a fun job. I work part-time there, weekends mostly, just some fill-in shifts and stuff. But I've been doing that for about 10 years, and that's fun. That's what I went to school for. This comedy thing they don't really have a comedy college.
No, not really.
So that
Vanderbilt.
was just Kaplan,
Yeah.
Kaplan University.
Kaplan.
Yeah.
The
USM.
rye. The rye.
So that's what I'm trying to do with my life, so to speak. But it's fun, and the comedy thing is, that's fun too. That's why I've been doing it so long. It's just, it goes in waves. I was kind of out of the scene for a couple of years, really, just doing open mic here and there. Then an opportunity came up. A friend of mine moved back to the area, and we started doing some music stuff. And I was like, hey, this is kind of fun. I can get back into this. And then I got an opportunity through one of my friends at the radio station to open up and host a show at the Asylum in Portland called Local Laughs.
Don't know how you got Lewis and confused.
I was going to say Local Laughs, but I was not going to say Lewis, I promise you.
One of the best shows in
Oh
Portland.
yeah, definitely,
yeah.
definitely
Love
one of
that
the best
venue.
shows.
It
Yeah.
is a really nice venue. Thanks, guys. Yeah, and I've booked all of you guys there, and I'll book you all again, obviously.
Yep.
We've got some good shows coming up. Our next show is going to be on June 27th. Joe Timmons is going to be there, Rachel
Joe from last
Gendron,
week.
and
Remember Joe from last week?
Yeah.
Joe was here last week?
He was here
Oh,
last
good.
week.
Rachel
Well, 2
Gendron,
weeks ago.
she's always funny. She's been living in Canada, I think, but she's back here for the summer. She always makes me laugh.
Great.
Johnny Ader, and I know you guys have worked with him
Ader the
before.
painter.
Yep.
Painter, yeah.
And Josh Day. I haven't worked with Josh Day before. I've seen him online, but he looks very funny. And George Ham. Everybody
He
knows
also
George
looks
Ham.
a lot like
Sabretooth.
I will keep that in mind. And and headlining the show, we got George Ham. So that's
Well,
pretty cool.
You got George Ham, you got it all.
you got a law, yeah. I mean,
I'm a little worried about what demands he's going to make backstage, but we'll see.
The blue M&Ms.
That's what I'm worried
the
about.
blue M&Ms is usually the problem with George.
He's gonna look for the green ketchup, and I don't think they even make that anymore. So
Now, Ian, you just did well, not just did, but you've got a video out, not a video, a CD out.
Yeah, I have an album out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's it called?
It's called Day Drinker. It's out on Acuity Records, which is a metal label out of Germany that specializes in like a lot of technical metal from all over the world. But they're also related to Let It Burn Records, and Let It Burn got a copy of my album Day Drinker from some hardcore. I used to be in hardcore bands, so that kind of circulated through the fans of that kind of music. So I got hit up by that record label, and they asked if they could take my album and put it out digitally on theirs. So Acuity Records. If you go to acuitymusic.com, you can check out my album Day Drinker.
I've actually seen it at Bull Moose.
Oh yeah, it's you can get it at Bull Moose. You can get it at I believe Newbury Comics. You can get it at Turn It Up stores. So like in New England, you can get them at record stores, but outside of that, you can either buy it digitally on like iTunes or Amazon or off the website, or you can actually buy physical copies off like bullmoose.com, I think.
it wasn't in the used bin, was it?
I wouldn't doubt if it was.
That's the only place I thought.
Exactly. So,
And the worst part about it, in the used bin, I'm not even there.
yeah.
And I've been used, trust me.
Oh, I know.
I know
Talk to your wife.
we usually talk a lot about our guests, but Lou just did a headlining spot down in Connecticut, and that was rock.
How was that?
Oh, it was amazing, man. It was 3 shows. I did Friday night I did 47 minutes. The next night I did 52 minutes, and the last night I did hour and 5 minutes.
That's awesome.
It
And,
was good.
it just got easier.
And
as
how
it
many
went
women
on.
did you go home with?
2. Chill with,
There we go.
separate nights.
Part of the team.
Part of the team.
Part of
yes.
the team, yep.
Yeah, it was amazing to go back to my hometown because that's where I'm from, and get shown love. You know what I mean, from everybody, and everything has kind of bolstered since then. Like, just everything I'm doing is getting a bigger response now, and people are taking the things I'm doing more serious. So that's definitely a plus.
I saw the CD that you sent me, and you were on from the minute you stepped on. You were rocking it. I'm not trying to hop you up, but if you get to see it, he was hot. It was really good.
It's awesome.
Good to see him rock like that. It was pretty good.
And I got the CD coming out, the main event. I'm finishing that right now. It's gonna be an
Is that
audio
with Barbara
CD.
Streisand? The main event?
I don't think she'll care
Okay.
at this point. I don't know. If it was called Beaches, then I think
Yeah.
she'll care. I don't think she'll care about that. But I'm finishing that, finalizing that, and then with the drop of the websites and everything else, I'm gonna do it at the same time. So yeah, it was a great experience, and Chiron
They'll have
actually
you
came
back there
down.
too, right? You'll be
Oh, it
heading
was.
back. Yep.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Because I'm hoping you'd bring me with you sometime.
oh yeah. Well, I had to do
That was
well.
a great venue. I mean, the video they gave you was really tight. It looked
Yeah.
good.
It was a great weekend. It
You're
really
gonna
was.
bring everybody that you have on this show with you at some
With you
point,
at all
right?
This will be a
times.
tour
Yeah,
bus.
Please bring us.
I'm gonna call it the Reverse America Tour. It's gonna be awesome. It'll be like one black dude, black dude,
Yep.
and two because that's the Reverse America Tour.
Yeah.
That'll be
And you need to get a 23-year-old woman who's not pregnant.
yes. Yes.
Good luck with that.
Good luck
I
with that
know.
one. Yeah.
Looks like we're staying out of Lewiston.
Yeah.
Or Bedford.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Bedford,
Oh
yeah.
no.
Remember your demographics, my friend. Uh-oh.
Oh, that was the shut up button. Dennis, you actually have this weekend. You're in Manchester.
Yep, I'm in Manchester at the Headliners Comedy Club for Rob Steen. It's at the Clarion. It's a great
Beautiful
show.
place, yeah.
It really is. If you get a chance, come on down and see me. And if you're there, tell me you saw me here, and I won't believe it, but you can tell me.
And actually, there's just promoting some local comedy going on this week. Is Local Laughs this week or is it
Not this week, next week.
next week? Like you said, on the 27th.
Bull Feeney's tonight.
Bull Feeney's tonight in Portland. That starts at 8, run by Mike Levinsky. There's also another one tonight at Captain's Galley that Rob Steen, who we just mentioned, will be headlining there tonight. And it's
That's in Saco.
Saco.
Going
Yeah.
down. That'll be a great show in Saco.
And that's Tammy Poole is hosting that show, I believe. And
I'll be there next week for it.
And Dennis will be there next week. So see how we keep.
And it's important to support local Maine
Yeah.
comedy. A lot of these, you go to these open mics, you see these people and they're trying out their new bits, they're trying out the stuff, but they're also, you get to see them at a lower cost because a lot of times on the weekends, they're traveling, they're
Right.
being, they're out there doing a lot of big shows, and so get to know them at the local places, then go tell your friends you know us. It's pretty cool.
I
Get
think-
him drunk.
Yeah,
Yes.
that too.
Yeah.
That's always helps,
Yeah.
especially Ian.
Yeah. No, I'm working on that, guys. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Oh, me too. Don't worry. Hey, it's an everyday struggle, man. Nothing wrong with that. I think one of the things that the scene is getting better at is just equally everybody supporting each other. I think for a while there was like some type of little cliquey thing going on, but I think everybody's starting to support each other because regardless of whatever, regardless of how you feel about somebody or how things are going, you don't, if you say you want to be the best comedian, and you want to be this, and you want to be that, you don't have to tear somebody else down to get up. Like everybody the cream's gonna rise to the top regardless. So everybody should just support each other, and I think it's definitely more so getting to that point as of late than
This is when you guys bust into Kumbaya.
yeah.
Okay?
Oh, I had it prepared.
Okay.
My guitar is tuned in my car right now.
But I like that. It's better. It's better for the whole scene.
Oh, yeah, I
It
agree with you.
definitely does.
It's a different feeling now. People coming out support. I'll have people that will go out to Slancha and do the open mic on Thursday nights, and then hot-footed over to my show over at the Asylum, just because they want to, they want to get some time in doing some comedy, then head over and support their friends, because a lot of the comics in the Portland area are friends, and not just Portland, but just people doing comedy in Portland.
Yeah, and it's pretty neat, the Asylum's jumping up as one of the big venues in the area, because it's only been the last like 3 or 4 years.
they got
They've
some
had some
big shows.
huge bands at the Asylum.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
very well.
Oh, yeah.
Looking
Each
forward
one of
to
us
the
have been to
Nuge.
the Asylum.
The
Who?
Nuge.
Oh, that'll be good.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
And the coolest thing about the Asylum is the ceiling. Is it not? You get that
Yes.
ceiling with the lights go in and out and in and out, and it's like, wow, it's so like hippie time again.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It is. It is one of the most beautiful venues you got around. There's like how many different rooms in that place? It's just a nice place, and
Yeah.
every entrance looks like you're going into a different place. So it's just
It's a very nice
it's a
place.
very different
and
looking place.
It's surprisingly. I mean, I remember when I told people last year, "Hey, I'm going to be booking some shows at Asylum." Well, people had tried comedy at Asylum before, but it was set up a lot differently back then.
Yeah.
So people were like, I guess I can give it a shot, whatever. So the first couple people, took a shot on me, took a chance on me, and they're like, "Hey, this is not bad." And then it grew and grew and grew, and but yeah, it's a really nice setup. They know what they're doing there,
Yeah.
and it's just a nice loungy feel, and it's good. It's good for comedy, and it's. We just got to work on getting more people in as audience members. Sometimes we've got some really good shows. Sometimes it's standing room only. Sometimes, it's not bad. But I'd like to jam pack every single show. So when I book any of you guys or anybody else, that okay, you're gonna have somebody to perform to, and it's not gonna be a crapshoot. Whether hey, is anybody there?
What I like about the Asylum too is even the name is the Asylum. I know it's kind of crazy for a guy like my age to be hanging out at Asylum, but every time I go there, I feel comfortable. It's a good place to go. It's a sports bar also.
Yep.
They got a great sports bar in there, and so, I don't get that feeling like I'm, in a dungeon somewhere, doing a show. The name Asylum isn't. It's just a name, because people, I hate to say it, but my age and stuff, who want to go down and see these shows and feel very comfortable in there. There's some great seating. I mean, it's a great venue. You feel real good in there. They got good food.
Oh, yeah.
And the drinks are excellent. And the bartender, I like that bartender. What's his name?
Dickie?
Yeah,
Dickie's fun.
good guy. He's
Oh,
been
yeah.
on stage before, didn't we?
Yes.
Coax him on stage. That
Yes,
was
so
a
we
big
got. I'm
time.
gonna do it again sometime before the end of the summer.
He used to play in metal bands.
Oh, yeah?
He was in a bunch of metal bands that I was
Oh, really?
familiar with. Yeah, back in
know
the
that.
day. He was in like Halo Effect and some other like
I'll
metal
have to
bands
ask
that
him.
Yeah,
I toured with.
You do a lot of shows with bands and stuff like that.
Yeah, I personally like my style of comedy. It's funny we talked about Asylum. I've literally had some of my best local shows of my life at Asylum and the worst local show I've had. And actually, everyone here was present for that show. That show, I was like,
We weren't touching it.
no. But I know that I come with like that. There's like some good and some bad that comes with it. And that was
That's like your website. What's your website?
oh man, I hate IanStewart.com.
Say it again slow so we get.
I hate IanStewart.com.
Yeah, that's a great website.
Yeah.
Now, was that the show you're talking about? Is that the one where Lou followed you?
Yeah, Lou Fogg. And, he did
Okay, now we're-
and Lou did a beautiful job of cleaning up my mess. I just like, it's one of those things where I saw that kid,
Yep. We know.
a month before, do that joke, and I was like, yo, that's like a joke that's on my CD, blah, blah, and then that happened. I was drunk. I was drunk at that show, obviously, and usually that's going to be up and down. But it totally went the wrong way, and
But see, that's how careers are made. I know it sounds crazy, but
Yeah,
careers are
exactly.
made with legends and lores like that. About people talk about that show, and it's pretty cool. I appreciate you being part of it. Because usually it's me. That's pretty cool. I'm
And
usually
you
the one
gave
hitting the
Lou
wall.
plenty of material.
yeah,
so-
no.
Yeah, well, I had to start. I'm a nice guy though. I'm more like
I actually
I'm more like
repeated
Bugs
myself.
Bunny.
When
than
I was
like,
at the show, the Asylum, I had one
Oh,
too many
yeah.
drinks.
Oh, that's
and I
right.
repeated
Yes,
myself
yes.
on
I
stage.
already told that one.
And somebody looked over and they go, "Hey, you already did that." I'm like, oh.
that was karma because one time I did a show with Dennis. We drove to the show in a snowstorm up in South Paris at what's the name of that place?
I don't know, but the snow was
Crazy
deep.
Eights or whatever,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. And it was horrible driving, but there was people there. It was a fundraiser for somebody's house.
For some guy who rushed into a fire to
Fire,
save a
saved-
family of people.
Yeah,
and then
and
save them.
And the guy ended up being pretty much like a dwarf. He was a small,
little guy.
guy.
Rescued the
And-
whole family.
Right,
Just
yeah.
a drive-by thing. Saw the fire, rushed in and saved everybody.
And I have a joke about me working security. where I run out of a burning building
Without saving
and
anybody
leave everybody else inside
to die.
because of my wages. And I went to the bathroom before the show started, and I had no idea what the show was for. So they were in there getting the whole sob story and everything. And so I come back from the bathroom. I'm sitting there eating my food, and Dennis comes over and he goes, "Hey, I've been sitting here. Let me tell you, make sure you do that security joke because it is gonna murder it. I'm telling you, man." He's like, "You know what? I'd probably start off with it if I was you." And I'm sitting there like, I have no idea what happened. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Dennis, you jerk.
And it only led to get worse because the people did their thing first. They went up on stage and they were giving out awards and whatnot. And this guy got this award and he came up and he's like, "I just want to accept this award for all the people I lost to that." And then, like, they put a blanket over him like James Brown and took him off the stage.
Oh my God.
And then they're like, "Here's some comedy, Dennis Fogg." And then Dennis goes up and then he brings me up and what do? He told me the joke was gonna kill, so
It was dead
it
silent.
was dead
People staring
silence
at
in
him
the
like,
room. And then I get off. Dennis goes back up and he goes, "I want to give a round of applause for Mr." I think he knew his name by then. He's like, his name's James
Bring him
something.
back up here.
He
Let me
brings
show
the
you.
guy who saved the family on stage. He's like, "Lou, I just want to tell you, this is the guy who saved the family from the fire."
Yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah,
was
but
the
that
same-
was one of the best times I had in comedy. It was so, because it was just
That was the time the headliner did 5-6 minutes
5,
and jumped
6
the car
minutes
and
and
ran.
jumped the car and ran. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a good time.
Yeah, did a hard 12. He did a hard 12 and got off. It was, but those sometimes are some of the best nights, like just because you don't really, not that you don't care, but after, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
After that, it just goes. No matter
It builds
what.
character.
yeah, they're not gonna,
Let's just say that.
those people ain't remember that comedy show. They might remember the craziness that happened, but
But we'll remember it.
I just did a fundraiser for group homes, and I have a new killer group home joke that I did. It was one of those things where, like, if I can't, and I knew it was for, I knew what the charity was
Yeah.
for, and Mark even told me before the show, he's like, "I don't want you to do that joke." And I was like, "All right, I won't do that joke." But then I was on stage, and I was like doing really well, and it was kind of like, if I shouldn't be telling this joke, then I shouldn't be telling this joke, and if I'm going to tell this joke, right now is the time to do it. And so I was like, "Hey, crowd, do you want to hear the joke that?"
I was told not
Mark
to say.
does not want me to do, and they were like, "Absolutely, yes." And so I did it, and the woman, the director of the thing, she came up to me and she was like, I really like that you did that joke here. You know what I mean? It shows there's, humanity with it. You weren't making fun, you're just pointing out. And I was like, "Sweet, thank you for
did the
not
crowd
hating
like
me."
it?
Yeah, dude, they loved it.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's always good when you take a chance like that and you're like, let's see how it goes, and it actually works.
Yeah.
Because I've done it many times where I've said, this is a new joke, or this is a little risque. Let's see how this goes. And it's absolutely flat.
But it also helps to have your own spot. Now you've got your own show.
Yeah, you got
so
your
you
own
can
show.
you can do that.
I can screw up as many times as I want.
Book
It
yourself.
wasn't always like that for me.
yeah, you got the opportunity. You got
It's like
the,
dressing like that when you already have a woman. It just makes it more secure.
I haven't shaved in I don't know how long. Yeah, this is a beard.
That's your hockey stubble.
6
Yeah,
months.
that's-
Your hockey stubble.
it's hockey stuff.
It comes with a trench coat and a van.
It does. I didn't see what you pulled up in, but yeah, I'm guessing it's unmarked.